Alrighty, guys. So, woo, I'm super excited. We have 21 people on. So today is Tuesday training call, and Lord, I don't even know the date. Today is what's today? October 17th. Yes, Felicia, that's awesome. Don't you love it when you see your team members on? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mute everybody, okay? Now, I want to make this as interactive as possible because sometimes I know that with doing these numbers, there may be a question that you want to ask right then and there. So I'm going to ask you if there's something that you really like want to know before I go to the next step. Unmute yourself, but please mute yourself back so that way I don't have to keep on going back and forth out of it because we want to make sure that everybody is able to hear. Oh, there goes Lucy. Okay. Or there goes Jessica. Lucy, I'm looking for Lucy or a second Jessica. Okay. So, y'all know my soul. Every time I say that, I think of Bubba. Okay, so really quick, recognition. I mean, how many of y'all were super damn pumped about this last 4 days? I don't know about y'all, but Team Achieve the Dream legit sold over $23,000 worth of Scentsy in the past 4 days. Like, I was overwhelmed, excited. So, congrats to you guys. I hope that this sale really helped a lot of you because you did amazing, obviously. So for the top 10 in sales for Team Achieve the Dream is Jenna Leslie at $3,260, Felicia Perales at $1,433, Virginia Loera at $1,268, and I see that promotion is right there, girl. You're just this much away. Monica Mercado, $1,059. Tiffany Herrera, $900. Lacey Vanek, $818. Estela Morin, $807. Monica Rios, $787. Megan Ninemeyers, $717. Lindsay Martinez, $707. So those are the top 10 in sales. Great job. The top recruiters we have added, it's kind of low. I wish it would have been higher. But we've added 5 people to our team. Myself with 3 new recruits. Kristen, why do I always get messed up on her last name? Murray, I hope I'm saying it right. 1 new team member. And Elsie Martinez with 1 new team member. So great job, guys, with that. I'm not sure Lucy can see if anybody on her team, but I know we had a challenge. I had given you guys a challenge. So I will draw for that. So make sure that you guys stay on for those that send me their party links, the 4 party links for the challenge that I put out for the flash sales. But Lucy, you ready?
Yeah. For my top 10?
Yeah. I'm on. Where you at? Dang, I keep on having to go because there's so many people on.
I know, how exciting. Okay, so for Team No Limit, to be honest with you, if Team Achieve the Dream was 27, you said, on that sale?
20,
how much did that go up?
23.
23. So I don't know what our numbers were because I didn't look at them before. But we're almost at $40,000 within the whole group, which Team No Limit and Team Achieve the Dream. So that's like a big whoa, like wow. So good job, guys, both teams. Good job. So for top 10 on Team No Limit, I have Stephanie Taylor at $1,136, Kimberly Xavier at $1,079.90, Catherine Kim at $818, and Jody at $808, myself at $751. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Janica Goodman at $667. Blair Vegas is at $527. And Mackenzie is at $511. Marissa Garza is at $473.40. And Kaylin Dodson is at $426.70. And let me just add Lauren Morgan, just because I had put myself in there. She's at 417.10. So way to go, guys, on those sales. Like Jessica mentioned, the sale from Friday to Saturday to Monday to today was amazing. I know myself, I probably had 3 orders on Friday, but today I had 8, and that was just all because I was home actually following up with people. And it was fun. It was great. Are you going to do the drawing for your team challenge right now?
I can do it in a minute if you want to get ready.
I just had 1 person, so I know who the winner is.
Okay. Well, I had 6. Woo! I'm going to pick, so y'all see I'm not looking. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let me tell you the power of claiming it. This chick told me, I don't care what you give, it's going to be mine. Where's she at? Is she on here?
Tell me, is it Tiffany?
Yes.
Because she wins all the time because she claims it.
No, she said, I remember we did an event Saturday, and she said, well, I don't care what y'all's challenge is. I need y'all to go ahead and say it because I'm going to win. Great job, Tiff. That's funny. Okay, go ahead.
So I only had 1 for Team No Limit who completed the challenge, so she is the winner. And she takes on any challenge that we give, and she runs with it, and she wins mostly all the time because she's very competitive, and she's a go-getter, and she goes for it. So yay, Marissa, for winning.
Yay, I knew that's who it was going to be. Okay.
So awesome.
OMG, I just have to take a picture. Dude, there's 30 people on the call. Shut your mouth. Okay. So
I hope I wasn't talking.
Okay. So today's topic is a very, very hot topic, to say the least, because everybody wants to get paid at title. I'm hoping some of you may not know what that, oh my gosh, it just went to 31. Some of you may not know what that actually means, but I'm going to give you a little preface before we actually go into talking about why it's so important to get paid at title. Okay, so first and foremost, and again, remember what I told you guys. I muted everybody, but if there's anything that it's pressing and you can't wait until after, write your questions down. But if there's anything that you can't wait till after, unmute and just interrupt me. I don't care. I just want to make sure that this is very, very important, and I want to make sure that you get your questions answered and that you understand it. If you do not understand when we go to the calculations on how to do this, even after, we don't mind spending some extra time with you. But the thing is that you have to let us know so that way we can help you. If you do not know, obviously we can't do one-on-one right here, but we can figure out a time to do it afterwards. But for the most part, I want to just kind of explain to you why getting paid at title is so important. So first of all, do you know, okay, so every single month, everybody, including me, including Lucy, as directors and star directors, we all start at 0. We all start back at 0. The end of the month, white's clean, and day 1, we're back at 0. We're certified consultants just like you, okay? Remember that. Every month, you must build back up to hit your numbers to be paid at that rank. So when you're on your workstation, and I'm going to share my screen because I want to show you this. When you're in your workstation, where are we at? When you're in your workstation, you're going to see that you're always going to have okay, it's just going slow. You're going to have on the very far left on your performance, on your little home tab, you're going to have 32, shut up. Okay, where are we at? Do you see right here? My title is star director, okay? I'm a star director. My rank is certified right now. Can anybody tell me, unmute themselves and tell me why my rank is showing certified by looking at these numbers? Can anybody tell me? Not Lucy.
It's because you haven't hit your 500 in PRV yet.
Yes, ma'am. That is correct. Who is that, Ashley?
Yes, ma'am. You
Yes.
got your front line active, so that's counted. But you just got to get your 500 PRV.
Okay. So as you guys can see, just like Ashley said right here, this is my goal to get paid at title, and I haven't reached that. So I haven't got my 500 in yet. So that's why this rank still says certified consultant. Like she said, I have my 3 that need to be active. I have 23 frontline active. And as you can see right here, I have those 3, and I've reached everything else. But if this piece of the puzzle is not met, I won't get paid I'll get paid as a certified consultant. Your title is your title. Your title will never be taken away. There's only one title that can get taken away, and that is director. Essential up to superstar consultant, you will always stay at that title. Star director to superstar director, you will always stay at that title. But director is the only title that you can get demoted, okay? So just so you know that. Next thing, you get paid every month by your rank, not by your title. I'm a star director, okay? And I'm just going to explain my situation to you. At one point, I did have 2 frontline directors, okay? Those 2 directors demoted down, and they are not my active directors. So if you see this right here, my title, although I will never have it taken away, is star director, but I have been getting paid as a director, not a star director, because these my 2 that I had as my frontline directors that got me to star are not currently in director status. So remember, you will always get paid off of what your rank is. That is why it's so important to hit your numbers. And I'm going to explain, just give you an example of why, so you can better understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's what I wanted you to see here. So let me stop sharing that. Okay, remember, you get paid off of your rank, not your title. Second thing to remember, let me share my screen again. Okay, so right here, your check directly reflects your frontline active team members. So when we tell you that it's so important for you to recruit wide, because that plays a huge difference in your check. Okay, there could be another star director that has the same size of team as me, and she may be pulling bigger numbers than me as far as this GWV and the TWV goes. She could, but my direct amount of what I get paid comes from these 23 people that are active right here. And it comes from their full group sales, okay? So I don't get paid off of my second generation. I get paid off of my front line's whole group sales. So each one of these 23 people, I am getting a percentage off of them of their whole amount. That is why it is so important for you to grow wide. When I first started Scentsy, I remember, and I listened to training, and they talked about the wider you are with your front line, the more you're going to build a solid foundation, the faster you're going to promote, and the more money you're going to make, okay? Right now, currently, I have 52 frontline team members. Right now, I have 23 active, which is pretty damn good, because that's almost 50%. And that's usually on average is about 30-something%. So my front line kicks butt. I'm just saying. So just remember that. These are like good numbers for you to remember, no matter how big your team is. Keep that in mind when you may be feeling down and you're like, man, I have 10 people, but the average, honestly, is about 30 to 40%. And maybe the 40 is probably pushing it. It's about 30-something% of your active frontline. That's on average. But right now, I have 23 for my 52 that I have, which is really, really good. Okay? Now, the reason I was giving you the example of another star director with maybe the same amount of team members as me, you know, pretty similar, but maybe she only has 10 frontline team members. Guess whose check is going to be bigger? Even though we have the same amount of team, even though we're probably she may be pushing bigger numbers than me in this area right here. But guess what? The more people I get paid off of, the more my check is going to be. So at the end of the day, it is way better for you to grow wide. And that means your frontline, that person that goes directly to your website and signs up, because that is your number. Those are your number ones, your frontline team members. Okay. So keep that in mind when you hear us always say, grow your frontline deep, grow your frontline deep, because I mean, you can see here, 23 people I'm getting paid off of their group sales. So just remember that, okay? That is another thing I wanted you to understand. Okay, so maybe you have these people that are, and all of us have experienced it. It's the way it goes. You're gonna have people that are going to join, and they're gonna be rock stars, and they're gonna go so hard, like really, really fast, and they're gonna promote, right? Someone is calling me a team member. Valerie, Valerie Vincent, who is her sponsor? Somebody help her. I can't answer. Okay, so you're gonna have people that are gonna promote really, really, really fast, right? That's great, but it does not matter if they do not stick to their title and get paid at their title, okay? Because let me just give you an example, and I'm going to give you a money example why I mean that it's so important if you have team members that you help them get paid at title, okay? So this is why. So let me just tell you, if they promote really, really fast, but they can't hold their title, that's not always the best method. It's better that they grow and they promote when they're able to sustain those numbers. Let me tell you why. I want you to, I'm going to tell you, let's say if you have your catalog with you, I want you to pull it out. Lord, I meant to get a catalog and I don't got it. Okay. So I want you to go, if you do have your catalog, and I want you to go to the compensation plan. Okay, because we're going to talk about this. I'm going to I'm going to take my title, okay? Because that's my title, and I'm going to tell you what the difference between someone who promoted really fast and maybe they hit superstar consultant, right? But they don't do nothing. They don't do anything. They get paid. They don't even hit their 500, right? They get paid at their rank is certified. Let me tell you the difference. Okay. Is someone raising their hand, Denise? You can unmute yourself, Denise, if you are. If not, just tell me you didn't.
I'm not sure what catalog you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Guide?
No, your catalog, the full catalog. This one, you see it?
This big old thing with a lot of pages?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
thank you.
The compensation plan is on page 69. Okay. So I'm going to show you now. If we go down or we look at the top, you see where Star Director is at, right? Okay. So for me to get paid at my title, I have to sell $500. That's my first thing. Okay. I have to have a group wholesale volume of $30,000. Okay. And then my third thing is I have to have a team wholesale volume of $6,000. I have to have at least 3 active frontline team members, and I have to have 2 frontline generation directors. Now, the only reason I'm not getting paid at title is I usually hit each one of those. but it's the 2 frontline first generation directors that I don't have right now. So I'm going to look at director. That's what I've been getting paid off the past 6 months, okay? So if you notice, to get paid as a director and get your bonuses, you have to, 1, sell $500. Do you see that? 2, you have to have a group wholesale volume of $10,000. Right now, my group wholesale volume is almost $28,000, so I've hit that. Once I hit my 500, that will take care of that. I have to have a team wholesale volume of 2,000, which I have that. I have a 20-something active frontline, so that reaches my 3. Now, I will get paid 25% commission for my personal sales, okay? But I want you to look at my bonus off of that team member that I told you that promoted really, really, really fast to Superstar Consultant, right? But she ain't doing anything. She's only getting paid at she's only ranking certified. So I get paid. Now, don't get confused. And if you're kind of confused and you're brand new, the titles may be throwing you off, okay? But for a director or any leader to get paid off of that person, you get paid at their title, not their rank, okay? Let me tell you that again. You get paid off of that person's title, not their rank. Okay, so let me just give you an example. I wrote this out. So I'm a director, let's just say, right? And I have someone who promotes to Superstar Consultant, right? So the first time she promotes, she hits her 6,000. And as a director, can someone tell me how much I would get paid off of the percentage I would get paid off of a Superstar Consultant? Does anybody know? Can anybody read that chart and tell me?
10,000?
No.
Oh.
The percentage that I would get.
25? Or
that's off of your personal PRV. Your personal commission is your 25.
2%?
Yes. As a frontline Superstar Consultant, I would get 2% off of her whole amount, right? So let's say when she hit that, because she had to have hit minimum $6,000, right? Minimum. So let's calculate that real quick. I just want you to see some numbers.
let's see the bonus right there.
Okay, so let's say she hit $6,000, right? This is just one person, okay? One person. She hit that $6,000. Now, if I times that $6,000 times 0.02, because that's the percentage I get paid off of her, I would get paid $120 off of that person, right? Y'all get that part?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, let me tell you the difference. Let's say the next month, that person doesn't hit her 500. She doesn't do anything. And her rank becomes certified consultant. Again, remember what I told you. I get paid off of her title. Okay. So if she was a certified consultant, right? And that would be her title. Tell me how much I get paid off of certified consultants. Who can tell me that?
0?
Nope.
Oh, I don't know how to read this book.
9%.
9%, correct. Okay. So if you look at whoever's saying that they didn't know how to read it, if you look at director, the way we're getting those numbers is if you go down that chart to bonus, frontline, essential, or certified consultant bonus, and you take it all the way over to director, you'll see the 9% where it equals up. Now, when you go down to frontline superstar consultant bonus and you take it over to director, that's where you get the 2%. So that person didn't do anything, right? If she was a certified consultant and you take that 6,000 and you times it by 9%, guess how much I would get paid off of her? $540. But she's not a, I don't get paid off of her as certified. I get paid as her title. So guess what? I'm going to say she didn't hit her numbers the next month, right? She didn't hit her 500, but her team, let's say her team hit 4,000. Okay? 4,000 times 0.02 is what I make off of her. I would only get paid $80. Okay? Now, if I was getting paid 9% because that's what her rank was, I would get $360. Do you see that difference? 360 minus 80, $280 more. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be real, because this is where it gets frustrating and it gets hard. I'm not gonna say it is what it is. It's part of the business. You're going to have people that are going to work. You're going to have people that are going to come in and they're not going to do anything. Sometimes they may hit that one good time and then they don't get paid that title again. But guess what's probably happening? If that person came in and they hit Superstar Consultant really fast, right? And that person does nothing for the next 8 months. They put in an order here and there to stay active. Guess what's probably happening? They have a team, but they're not supporting their team. They're not helping their team. Guess who that responsibility then falls on? You. Because guess where they're going to come and look for the answers? They're going to come and reach out probably to the director or to the next person in line. Mm-hmm. But you're not getting paid off of that, right? You're not getting paid off of that. And there's a big difference between getting paid $360 and then getting paid $80 because that person is not hitting their title. So when I tell you that it's super important for you to help that person get paid that title is because it's a domino effect. You're not getting paid for that person the max that you can, and neither is that director, and neither is that star director. So it's a domino effect down the line when someone does not get paid that title. And again, I'm going to be very honest with you. Those people that are not getting paid that title are probably not supporting their team. Probably. I said probably. Let's just say that. Are more than likely not supporting their team to the fullest because it's not their priority. They're not trying to run it as a business. Is that bad? It doesn't necessarily mean that's bad. But when they hit that title, their title never goes away. Their title will never go away. They will forever be that title, unless it's a director. And you're going to get paid off of what that title is, because their rank at that point doesn't matter. You get paid off of their title. Hopefully you understood that. It is a little complicated, but the only thing I can tell you is that if you have team members, try your best to get them to get paid that title every single month, because it's lowering your paycheck and it's lowering anybody else that's in between there. Let's just say that. Okay, so the second thing, I want you guys, is there anybody on here that does not understand? I had someone ask me a question about this a couple of days ago, and I want you guys to make sure that you understand. You will not promote above certified unless you grow a team. Does anybody not understand that? If you look right here, these are your promotion levels, right? And everybody starts off as an essential consultant. You go up to certified, you go up to lead, you go up to star, superstar, director, star director, and superstar director. But you will never get past this level until you grow a team. You will never get to lead. You will never get to star. So if you plan to stay right here, then if growing a team is not what you want, just know that if you're wanting to start getting these direct or leadership bonuses on all of these titles, you must grow a team past certified. Does anybody not understand that? No question is a dumb question, FYI. I'm just saying, because
Jessica,
yes.
Jessica, how do you grow a team when you always have people shooting you down at the same time? How do you grow a team?
It's just, honestly, it's kind of doing it every day. Every single thing that you do, you present the opportunity. So let's say this is what I tell everybody. Recruiting is a cycle. It starts, you got to learn where you're going to plug that person into. You start off as a customer or experiencing the product, and that's good. And then guess what? The next thing, you need to don't just make that sale. A lot of people are so caught up on the sale, they don't say, they say, I want this sale. I don't want to get them to become a recruit because I want to keep this PRV. That's one mistake that some people do. So they never even ask about them joining. Some people feel like they don't know everything, so they don't ask. You have to ask from day one. The next thing is, if you want to see yourself grow a team, have major success immediately within your first 70 days. And people are going to be attracted to you because they're going to see the success that you're having. They're going to want to be part of it. And you just have to keep on asking. You have to make sure that you're prepared. You have to have recruiting folders, and you can't be scared to offer the opportunity to someone. And then eventually, it's just being in front of enough people to ask those people, hey, have you ever thought of Scentsy? Doing what I do. I don't really know what I'm doing. If you're brand new, use it. I used it. I don't know what I'm doing, but join me because I'm having hella fun. Maybe, that's your approach. Or maybe the person, you got to listen and become a good listener and understand what's going to light their fire, because not every single body wants to join this business for the same reason. I just wanted money. I didn't care about a trip. I didn't care about growing a team. I didn't understand all of that in the beginning. I just wanted a certain dollar amount, and that was my focus. Then the trips came. Then I earned the trips. Then I earned the awards. Then I grew a team, and then I realized, like, dang, this is bigger than a paycheck for me. It's my way of life now. But you got to find out with that person what they want. And when you can become a good listener like that, you're going to know how to approach that person. Because if you're trying to approach everybody the same way, you have a hard time, because what's important to one person may not really matter to another person. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of ask, and have parties. Because when people see what you're doing, they end up wanting to become part of that. You know, if you're not having your product in front of enough people and you're not showing people, how are you going to find those people to ask? You're not. So it's a little bit of everything. Hopefully that helps.
I have a quick question.
Thank you.
I
have a quick question.
Okay.
So I'm a star consultant. With that being said, if I have another girl that's under me, star consultant, do I get paid for her as well?
You do not.
No. That's what I'm seeing. So I just have to up one upper and then get it. Okay.
Let me explain it to you, because it's super important for you to know. I have a couple of leaders that are like that, and you know, they bust their behind and they work. But the thing is, until you're a director, okay, if anyone passes you, once you're a director, you're in the safe zone, if that makes sense. Because if someone passes you, you still get paid off of them because you're a director. Now, if you're not a director and you're anything from superstar consultant below, if your frontline becomes equivalent, forget about that branch. You're not getting paid off of them.
Damn it. Okay.
Which sucks.
Damn.
But
see, that's what I was looking. So that's what I wanted to know. Yeah. And that's why I wondered, because I didn't get paid for one last month, and I didn't I didn't realize, I'd never really looked at that. But now,
yes,
this motivates you to up it again. So thank you for clarifying that. That sucks.
But yeah, that's another. I'm glad she asked that question, because so other people know, if you, again, anything under director, any title under director, if one of your frontline team members becomes equivalent to you, you will not get paid off of their whole team volume. You won't, because that person is now getting paid that percentage off of them. So super important. You know, it's cool when you have someone that runs with you, but you got to be on your game, because if they pass you, it sucks, because you're not getting paid off of them. Even though, you know, we're all about helping each other and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's a business. You want to get paid for that, like you do. So just keep that in mind. Thank you for that question. Next thing. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of calculations, because how many of you have been really close to a promotion and maybe your sponsor or your director reaches out to you and they're like, girl, you're so close. But you're like, well, how much do I need? You don't know, okay? Or maybe you have a team and your team member says, how much do I need? Please don't tell them the wrong amount and tell them in retail instead of wholesale, because that's two different things. Remember this. This can be very overwhelming at times, but I'm going to try to break it down as easily as possible for you to understand. And don't get overwhelmed. The only thing that I can tell you is take your current rank and work with your title. Don't worry about everything else. This is one thing that I remember I learned from Lucy when I first started, because sometimes, you have these people like me that I'm like, girl, please, I'm not even going to be certified. I'm going to lead or to star. I'm skipping to. I'm like, I want you to tell me what I got to do to get to director. She's like, Jessica, just worry about lead. You're certified. Worry about lead. No, I was essential. I think I went from essential to lead in 1 month. So she was like, just worry about lead numbers. Don't go past that, because you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're not going to understand. She's like, let a paycheck come where you get lead, and then you can kind of break it down and see the difference from there. So that's what I did. She said, worry about lead. So guess what I did? I went to my compensation plan. I said, I don't know how the heck to read the rest of this crap, but my goal is lead. So that's what I went and I looked it up. And I said, okay, I need to know everything that I need to do to become a lead consultant. So let's just stick with lead right now. So to become somebody unmuting, somebody have a question?
No.
Okay. So let's stick to lead. First thing you need, and this is either any of these, from lead to superstar director, you will never get paid off of your downline if you do not sell $500. So that is why we push you guys to understand the importance of getting your $500 in by the 15th. Let me tell you why. You get your $500 in by the 15th, guess what? If you're able to push and hit more, fantastic. Worst case scenario, you're not able to hit more, but that leaves you a little bit of time to work with your team, to help any of your team members if they're close to a promotion, so that way you get paid at title. But when you're scrambling to the end of the month to try to get $500, guess what? You're scrambling to help your team. You're scrambling to get $500. It becomes difficult. So we always promote or push or encourage you guys to have your 500 by the 15th so you don't get put in that situation. But remember, as a lead or above, you will never get paid off of your downline. And this is every month. On the first of the month, it resets itself. You go right back down to that rank you were, and you got to work back up to that title. So you will not get paid off of your downline if you do not sell $500 in a month. I don't care if you got $475. I don't care if you got $490. It has to be $500 in PRV. That does not include taxes. That does not include any of that. $500 straight out of the book. Okay? So $500. And then is this lovely GWV. What does it say? It says $1,000, right? Guys, that is not $1,000 in retail. That is not what that is. So many people get confused. But I'm going to show you how to calculate that. Okay. I already have these numbers memorized. But I'm going to help you so you understand. Now, to calculate, does anybody know the difference between GWV and retail? Can anybody tell me that? I'm going to test y'all leaders too. Anybody?
What was the question again?
What is the difference between GWV?
You divide wholesale volume.
Yes.
You divide by 0.75.
Correct, Jenna.
What's wholesale volume?
Wholesale volume. So you have your retail, right? That's the straight amount out of the book.
Mm-hmm.
But GWV becomes your group wholesale volume. So you have to subtract the 25% that Scentsy pays you. So GWV is 75% of that 100. That's what it is. It's minus your commissions that Scentsy pays you. Does that make sense? Anybody that doesn't? So that way we can get you to understand.
Okay. I don't understand.
You don't understand?
No.
Who's
I
that?
don't either.
It's Denise.
Denise. Okay. So Denise, let's say you go out and you sell $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's retail. That's dollar for dollar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at $100, and I'm just taking certified. I'm not going to go to essential. So $100, Scensy's going to pay you 25% of that $100, right? That's your commission, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's 25 bucks they're going to pay you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So to get the GWV for that $100, you have to subtract the 25. So your GWV becomes $75. Does it make sense?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay. Retail is dollar for dollar. GWV, you must subtract what Scentsy gives you in money, in a paycheck, to get the wholesale volume. They just are taking out what they pay you. So out of that $100, 25% commission would be $25. You take the 100, you subtract the 25, and you end up with 75. That's
Okay, that's what I came up with.
Yes, that is your
Okay.
wholesale volume. Okay? That's that's the difference. It's just subtracting what Scentsy pays you, the 25%. Okay, so again, we're gonna go back to lead. So let's say someone is gunning for lead, right? And I go and I look on my performance tab and I see, man, she already has her one active frontline, right? So she's reached that. She's already hit let's say $700 in orders, right? And let's say her group wholesale volume shows $800, okay? I cannot call her and tell her, hey, Jenna, you only need $200 more to promote, because that's retail. That is not wholesale volume. So I'm going to show you each group wholesale volume amount you see right there. Do you see that 1,000, that 2,500, that 6,000, that 10,000? Do y'all see those numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a chart that we have that you ain't even got to think about it. If you keep this chart with you, you know, and all you got to do is subtract. There's a chart that has the exact amount of what that GWV is converted into. But I'm going to show you, if you want to calculate it, how you do it. So I want you to take that 1,000 and I want you to divide it by 0.75. Somebody tell me what you get.
One, three, 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 with a whole bunch of threes.
Right. So you must, that's retail. You just literally added the 25% that Scentsy pays you. Okay? So now that's the difference between your group wholesale volume, which Scentsy tells you has to be 1,000 per this comp plan. You divide it by 0.75, and you're basically now adding what Scentsy would have paid you in commissions for that full amount. So now that is the retail. So between, let's say you have 3 people on your team, right? You have you and 2 other people. One of them people have already placed a $200 or more order, okay? So they are active. That covers one prereq that you need to have. You have already placed 500 or more. That covers the second one. The third one that you have to make sure that you equal to is that between all of you, you sell in retail $1,334. I just rounded up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody not? Does that not make sense? So if a team member calls you and says they're really close to star, somebody tell me what the star consultant's retail would be, not the GWV. So you have the GWV is they must together collectively have 2,500 group wholesale volume. But what does that convert to in retail? Somebody
1875.
tell me again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
1875.
No. How are you calculating that?
Well, I just did. I did the 2,500 divided by 0.75.
And what do you get?
Oh, my bad. I did the wrong number. 3 3s, a whole bunch of threes.
Exactly. 3,333. I say 34. But
yeah,
every time you got to remember when it comes to any promotion, to you, to your team member, once it's lead and above, you have to hit that group wholesale volume. And the way you calculate that to retail is by dividing that group wholesale by 0.75. So somebody tell me what 6,000 would be. And convert that 6,000 to retail. What would the retail need to be to hit Superstar Consultant?
8,000.
Correct. And now the 10,000. What would the group wholesale, the retail volume be for 10,000 group wholesale volume?
14,000, something like that.
13,333.33. I say 13,334. I always round it up $1. So does that make sense? Anybody tell me that you don't get that? And if you don't, it's okay. Tell me.
And that's to get the group wholesale value.
That's to get you got the group wholesale volume. That's to get retail.
To get retail. But you got to be a lead consultant first.
Yes. For this to even come into play, you got to be lead or above. Okay, Annabelle, I need you talk to me and tell me what don't you understand. If you can't talk right now, that's fine. We'll have to do it one-on-one, but tell me if you can what you're not understanding. Okay. So I want somebody tell me who wants to do a one-on-one with me.
I do, Denise.
Who's that, Denise?
Yes.
Okay, Denise. So let's do this. Let's say I'm going to give you these numbers since I think you got a calculator and you can use it right there. So you've already written in your little chart, or I'm hoping, how much it is for you to hit lead in retail, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was what?
500.
No. To hit retail for your group wholesale volume that equaled not the 1,000, but the times 0.75 to equal retail. What was that?
1334.
Yes, 1334. Okay. So let's say you're gunning for lead, right? You're trying to hit lead. You have your one team member and you're trying to figure out, okay, how much more retail do I need to get to there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want to do. So I'm going to say, okay, let's just say your person is already active, right? So you've met that requirement, which means she's already placed 200 or more in orders. You hit that. You have already placed 500 or more. You've already hit that. So what you're trying to figure out is how much more collectively you need to hit that group wholesale volume of $1,000, right? Because that's the last piece of the puzzle that you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, let's say you have 3 people, you and 2 other people. One is active, one hasn't done anything, okay? So collectively, you know that y'all need to hit $1,334, okay? I'm gonna make it easy. So I'm gonna say you sold 1,000. Mark that down.
Mm-hmm.
Your team member has sold 200.
Mm-hmm.
So how much more do you need to get to that 1,000 group wholesale volume, but in retail?
I think I came up with 1,600.
No.
No.
Okay, so let me tell you. Let me explain it to you. So you have.
Frustration.
I didn't hear you. Who was that?
That's the frustration is kicking in.
Okay, so let's see. We have. We have 1334 is the goal. Okay.
Yes.
$134.
There you go. Whoever it was that said that.
1,334.
Okay, y'all see that right here, right? Maybe backwards, but at least you understand what I'm saying. So you're gonna minus your 1,000 you already sold, right?
Oh.
Because that's what you sold. So now you need 334, but your other team member has already sold 200. So you need $134. It don't matter who sells that. Somebody needs to sell it for you to hit this total. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-mm.
No?
No. We do stuff like this at the job site, and I've struggled a little bit too. So these number things is
It's difficult. It's hard. Tell me where you're getting lost, or anybody else that's not understanding it. Tell me.
from the 1,334 minus 1,000. You done made your 1,000 already,
This is
and then
Denise,
I'm
right?
yes,
This is Denise.
and then this is where I'm lost after that.
Okay, so your frontline team member, Kathy, put in a party of $334, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're gonna subtract from the 1,334. You're gonna subtract. You already did your part. You hit more than $500, but you sold 1,000. So the goal for you to promote to lead is 1,334 collectively between all of you. It don't matter how you get it, as long as you do 500 or more and she does 200 or more. The other rest can come in whatever form or numbers that it can. So your goal is 1,334, dollar for dollar, because this is retail.
Right.
Okay? So you sold your 1,000. Denise did her part. Here's her 1,000. So now minus your 1,000, you need 334 to reach your goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get that part? Okay, so then Kathy comes and she says, I'm going to help you out. Here's 334. You get your front line is active because she had 200 or more, but you got to subtract this 334. So you're going to be left with 200. So this is, okay, this is your amount, 334.
Right.
Sorry, I messed you up. 1,334 minus the 1,000 that you got leaves, this becomes your new goal, 334.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy comes and gets active, places that $200 order. Now you have $134 more you need to hit your goal. It doesn't matter who does that. You, Kathy, the other girl that's on your team, it doesn't matter. Collectively, somebody needs to hit that 134. You could do it if you wanted to, any one of y'all. But somehow, this is the rest you need in retail to hit this 1,334 goal.
So you're always subtracting then. I'm thinking we're adding stuff.
No, why would you want to add?
Because you're making sales. Kathy has just said she was going to help me out. So with them $200.
But the goal is this. And this
I think I get what you're saying now. Duh. Kind of silly.
Because the thing is, of course you want to sell, you want to up, but the thing is, you're shooting for a goal. Like, this is your goal. And you got to find your goal so that way you know how to chop it or chip at it between all of you guys.
Right.
Okay, does anybody else want me to give them an example if they have their calculator or whatever? Or who gets it from here? Please tell me somebody. I know Denise saying now she kind of gets it.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be holding up, but
No, you're good. That's why we're here.
yeah.
Somebody said something. Who was that?
It was
Me.
Oh.
Oh, Jessica, I'd like to do one-on-one between me and you later on when you have time.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right.
Anybody else want to do right now? Or who understands it? Somebody tell me. Or don't tell me I didn't go.
Submit the goal. Then I done did $100,000 goal.
Anybody?
You
understand it, Rihanna? Okay, good. Dania, you get it. Awesome.
34
Lucy.
minus 200. My goal is $134 more.
What's up? Huh?
You understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody.
And I have a chart. I don't have a scanner though, and I think this will help a lot of people. I don't know if we still have it in our group.
I know we had posted it.
Because I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not a numbers person. Sometimes I'm even messaging Jessica, and I'm like, okay, how do I do this? But this chart is what helps me.
Yes, the chart.
And then if you after seeing it so long, you will memorize what the retail is for that title. And that's what basically this chart is here for.
Yes. The chart is awesome. I know we have a couple different ones in our photos. It's just we have to go back and try to look for them. But the thing is that, and that's another thing, like I said, if you have usually what we do is we have one, well, us, we already memorized it. But there's, in the beginning, I would use one catalog for the whole season and I would laminate my catalog, but I would have the numbers next to it. So that way I knew, okay, so my team member is trying to hit leads. So she needs 1,334 between all of them. So I would go and I would see how many people are on her team, how much they've actually sold, including her, and it's just subtracting. If you know what that number is already, you just subtract what they've already sold in retail dollar for dollar. And then that's going to give you in retail what you need. And as long as you make sure that the person that's gunning for the thing has 500 or more, and that she's okay with how many she needs active for that title, then you just subtract it and you say, hey, I need to come up with it, you need to come up with it, or between all of us, we can try to help come up with that amount. So the chart is a good place to start. And then like Lucy said, you memorize it. I can tell you for lead it's 1,334. For star it's 3,334. For superstar it's 8,000 and 334. Director, like it's already memorized. I already have those numbers memorized. So I would highly recommend that you get the chart and that you do that. But for you to understand the difference, I think that's the main thing people don't understand. The GWV is subtracting what Scentsy pays you, which is the 25%. And retail is dollar for dollar straight out of the catalog. That's the difference. And if you just don't make the mistake of thinking that group wholesale volume is retail, because if you're going by the group wholesale volume and you have your 3 team members and you hit 500 and you have the other 2 hit 250 and you think you're going to make and promote because you only need 1,000 in retail, you're off. You're wrong, because you're going to miss that promotion because it's not 1,000 in retail. It's actually $1,334 in retail, not 1,000, because 1,000 is GWV. Make sense? Yay, nay? Yeah. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Does everybody understand why it's so important to get paid at title? Legit. So important. And for you to always be one ahead of your team members. Because if they catch up to you and you're not a director, you ain't going to get paid off of them. I mean, you'll get paid off of everybody else, but not them. I need to recruit ASAP. Yes. I am so glad that you said that, because that makes me know that you understand the compensation plan. Because if you have two people, sometimes people get discouraged and they say, well, I didn't get paid that much and I have two people. Guess what? There's a big difference between your paycheck when you're getting paid off of two people and when you're getting paid off of 20 people. That's why it's so important to grow wide and recruit as many personal frontline team members, because ultimately that's what you get paid off of. You get paid off of the people that you personally brought into the business. Denise, do you have a question? I'm sorry. Or did you just, I hate this raise your hand because sometimes I think people accidentally press it. Now you understand the recruiting process. Awesome. That makes me happy, because I think people don't understand the recruiting process until they understand the compensation plan, because it makes a big difference. Your front line makes a big difference, because you could be almost making the same numbers, like, bringing in the same volume, even though you got a smaller team. But the thing is, ultimately, that doesn't matter. What matters for your paycheck is how many people you got personally and how many people you're getting paid off of. And this is another thing, guys, it boggles my mind. If you are lead and above, I mean, even lead, if you are lead and above, Lord Jesus, if you are lead and above and you are not getting your $500 in and your team is hitting lead or star numbers, do you understand that you are leaving a paycheck on that table? You are giving Scent, or the person above you, or Scentsy, you're not getting paid off of that. And it's staying there on the table. And I wish, and if someone is still more interested and you want to have a one-on-one, I would love to show you someone that has a team, what you would get paid if your team hit a certain amount. And when you're not getting paid, you're only getting paid off of your personal sales. That is, you do not want that. That would be just like me. If I don't hit my 500, I would have a heart attack, legit. I would have a heart attack, because I need my paycheck. I mean, I look for it. There's no way. So, make sure, even at lead, I don't care if you have two people on your team, but if they are working, don't give Scentsy that money and leave it on the table. Don't do that. Like, it makes no sense. Just for you to put in a little bit of effort and get those $500 in so you can get paid. I mean, you always want to push more, obviously. But if your team is pushing and working, you do not want to leave that money on the table. And then I'm gonna tell you this, because we've seen a lot of this happen. And sometimes it's good, sometimes the people learn from it, sometimes they don't. You know what is the greatest thing? And I'll use mine and Lucy's relationship and our business for you to understand. Sometimes you may have someone that, you have a team member, right? Or you have a consultant that they come in and, they don't come in with the mindset of growing a business. They come in and they're like, yeah, I want to make some money. You know what I mean? I'm going to sell a little bit here and there, right? But then they get this person that comes in killing it. I mean, they come in and they recruit and they grow a team, and you're neck and neck, right? Like, you're neck and neck when it comes to title, when it comes to team members, when it comes to all of that. And I use mine and Lucy's relationship because I'm going to be honest with you. I came into the business thinking I'm going to go sell $3,000 and make a fat check. One time I hit $2,000 in 6.5 years. That didn't happen. Okay. So I knew that if I wanted to leverage my money and I wanted to be making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 with Scentsy, I had to grow a team. I learned that early on. And that is why I recruited 28 people my first year. And I understood the compensation plan. I knew the more people I brought into the business, the bigger my check was going to be. I knew that. Okay. So this is the thing. The thing is, Lucy and I were like, when Lucy, I think, was like, what, Lucy, a year? Right? Until after she was in a year when I joined. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. To be honest with you, I still don't even know how I recruited that many people. But I just shared my excitement and what I was learning and how I love the business. So with that being said, Lucy had two choices, right? Lucy could have said, well, girl, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not right there. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I'm not really going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing. You're doing good. You're building your business. And she could have said, I'm not even going to put my $500 in, right? But she was not crazy. She knew I need to put my $500 in because I need to get paid off of, it's the name of the game. The more people you bring in, the more money you're going to get paid. So if she knew that literally she could get paid off of what I was doing in my team, why would you not put in $500? Like, you shouldn't feel selfish about that. You should put that $500 in because at the end of the day, you're working a business and you want to get paid. So she had two choices. She could have said, I ain't going to deal with it because I'm just not there. Or she says, I better put in this 500 because this chick is doing the dang thing and I need to get paid off of her. You know, like, but the reason I say that is because it shows you that you never know who you're going to bring into your organization. One person can change the game. One person can change the game because that person may be your next rock star. But if you never ask her to join your team, she's going to go join somebody else's. And you're going to miss out on that. Because let me tell you, you get a handful of rock stars, your organization will change. Your business will change. You will be so mind blown that you won't even know what to do. Like, I grew 60-something people in my team within a year. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But guess what? Once I got that paycheck, there was no way I was not going to keep on recruiting. And there was no way I was not going to help my people learn how to do the same thing. So, you know, keep those things in mind when it comes to the compensation plan, because one person can change your organization. Imagine if you had a Becca Levi join your team. If any of you know Becca, a Becca Levi, you never know. You never know. So that is the compensation plan in a nutshell. If you learn anything,
it seems like it's all about managing and stuff like that, right?
Do what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
It seems like it's all about managing and stuff like that, more than like managing.
No, I wouldn't say managing.
Yeah, because you want to get your people to make your money so you can make your money at the same time.
I mean, managing is a certain word I wouldn't use.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. Because, and the only reason I say that is because there was a training that we did at boot camp, and they said, oh my gosh, they used that word. Are you a manager? Are you managing? Are you a manager? Or are you a motivator? I think that was the other word. I can't remember.
Right.
So, you know, I never want anyone to feel like I'm just worried about the money, because that's not me. At the end of the day, yes, it is the business. But I think in the beginning, I will tell you, I was all about the money. I didn't care about none of that because I didn't see the big picture. I just said, I'm going to recruit as many people as I can because I need that number to grow. I need that number to grow. I need my paycheck to be this amount. That was my mindset. Now, of course, I've almost recruited 20 people in 4 months. And it's not because I want them to be another number added to my group. It's because I know what this business has done for me. And
You
I
want to do the same for them.
understand that they can do the same thing. I don't care where you come from. I don't care how much education you have. I don't care how bad your family has been, that your family has been to prison and that you have been down and out. I don't care about all that. At the end of the day, I want to bring light to someone else because I know what Scentsy has done for me and has changed my life completely. And I want to be able to help even a tad bit that I was able to introduce that opportunity to you, and you did what you did with it and made it what it is. But if I don't share that opportunity, I feel like I'm being selfish and I'm making someone miss out on all the joy that I've had over the past 6.5 years. That's my mindset now. Yes, the paycheck is great. Don't get me wrong. But at the forefront, it's about, dude, like, let me show you you can get this money if you really want it. Like, let me show you that you don't have to stay working for somebody else if you don't want to.
That's right.
You know, that's my mindset. So that's the only reason why I said manage, because in the beginning I was like that, like, let me tell you what to do, like, let me help. But now it's like, look, I can give you the blueprint, I can give you the tools, I can show you what I did, but you got to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Because I watched your video earlier, and your video earlier, it was basically like, you know, basically helping people. You want to show people what you done did. So now you want to pass it on, basically.
Yep.
And I was listening to your video while I was driving home from work on the freeway. So I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it's funny that, you know, it's kind of cliche, but, you know, some people are like, oh, Lord, these network marketers, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they want to.
No, I didn't think about it like that. It was motivational for me because you're still helping people and you letting them know. Because, you know, when you talk to somebody about stuff like this, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, that's a pyramid scheme.
Yep.
But the people that know me, they're going to be like, if Denise is doing this, then she must be doing something. I want to get into that too.
Exactly.
And then you got some retarded people over there who want to shoot you down at the same time. Those are the people that I want to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm just.
No,
So,
I mean, I'm right there with you. Like, I could tell you, we're right there with you. You know, you're going to have those people that, you know, and I love that you said that. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
I love that you said that because I don't, Denise, how new are you?
Just like I joined October. Actually, a friend helped me.
Mm-hmm.
She helped me. I'm not even gonna lie. She helped me into this, and I have to pay her back. You know what I'm saying? But I was at work, and she was like, Denise. She was talking. We was in our at work, and she was like, I'm about to have a Scentsy party. I said, well, so what? I thought she was talking about a sex party. So when she said that, I said, well, let me see. She showed me the book. And when I looked at the book, I said, I don't want to buy nothing. I want to sell something. And it was funny because that's part of my story, because I just changed positions at my job. I'm in sales at my job now.
Okay.
So when she showed me that book, I was like, well, damn, let me see what I can do. And plus, I like buying candles and stuff. I'm always buying stuff to smell good. So it was just like a real quick ding, ring a bell in my head that just made me like, I want to do this. So I just started. She helped me out on I think it was October 7th or October 8th.
Awesome.
I just did a little.
I love that you said that. Let me tell you why. For anybody that's still on the line, because that shows you. So, you know, so many people say, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, we get a lot of negative connotation with network marketers, with it's a pyramid scheme, it's this, it's that. You know what I mean? And I was probably those skeptics in the beginning before I started doing this. And the only reason I did is because I researched like for days about Scentsy when my cousin told me, you know, reach out to Lucy, you know, she does this. Now my same cousin is on my team with a team. But the reason that I love that you said that is because in the beginning, so many people don't have that belief or that foundation or that strength to combat those people that talk negative or that they say, what are you doing? Seriously, like this candle company is about to make you money. Like, go get a real job. They don't have that. And I think that it's so important that you made note of that, because my thing is, and I always tell my team members, like, you really want to have something, because I know the type of person that I am. I'm the type of person, like, I ain't gonna believe it till I see it. That's just who I am. And there's a lot of people like that. But this is what I tell everybody. You want to be able to recruit. You want to be able to have people attracted to you and join your team. Go out there and give this business everything you got for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. Mm-hmm. Give it everything. And when you reach those goals, you are going to be able to firsthand tell them, you think it ain't real? You want to see?
That's what brought me to this, because I'm like, if I can do it for these people going to work, getting up 9 to 5, I know if I can do it for them, I can do it for myself.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Exactly. That's so awesome. But I'm glad that you said that, because I always tell people, if you're within your first 70 days, go out there, earn sensational start level 3. So that way you can tell people, yes, I did earn that only 0.7% of all Scentsy consultants earn. Or like me, in my first year, I earned an all expense paid trip to Dominican Republic for 7 days. And guess what? I came back. Best believe that was a huge bragging right that I had, because I'll be honest with you, I was like, man, this is not real. My husband said like 1,000 times, I'm going to have to pay for something. I know I am. I'm like, can you be quiet? Because they said that you don't have to pay for anything. We went to the trip, came back, and he's hooked. Like, hey, you do your Scentsy thing. Whatever you need me to deliver, you need me to do this. Like, I done told him, we're in our 6-month period. You think you'll be on that boat with me when we're going to the Mediterranean? Guess what? You got to put in work. Because that's just the way it is. When you have that success early on, you're able to use your own experiences to show somebody else the real. Because some people are like, they still don't believe it. Like, you ain't going on no 7-day cruise all expensive. That's funny. But yes, thank you for that. Does anybody else have any other questions? Anybody?
Nope. I just want to let y'all know that I did find a compensation plan cheat sheet. It's not the same one you had, but it's similar. And I uploaded that to the team page if anybody needs it.
So I would definitely go print that out, keep it in your planner, or take a picture of it, keep it on your phone, until you memorize it, because I have mine memorized. Alrighty, guys, so we're way over, but I knew this was going to be one of those calls because it was still,
Probably because I was here, and I'm the one that always have 1,000 questions. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, I'm glad that you did, because so many people don't want to ask questions, and I'm like, dude, y'all gotta ask questions, because I'd rather you understand it than don't say nothing and you don't understand it, because that doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't help it.
And you can't learn if you don't ask questions.
So true.
And Denise, since you being so early on and you asking these kind of questions, like, you're gonna be a rock star because you're getting it like early on.
Hey, I was top performer at my job once upon a time, so I'm trying to be top performer out here in real life.
Make it happen, girl. You got it. You got the drive.
Hey,
I want to do my drawing real quick.
Okay, go ahead, Tiff.
Okay.
Were you on? Did you hear that you won the drawing?
What drawing?
The one you claimed?
No, I got on late.
I did a drawing for the challenge to send me the 4 hostesses.
Oh yeah.
And then I said, see, this girl, she won because she claimed it. She told me Saturday, I don't care what y'all give, but I'm gonna win it.
I'm gonna win it.
There you go.
Okay, so those that are on my team, you know what this drawing is for. So here we go. Good luck. And the winner is Valerie. I know she couldn't be on because she's at work. So, yay, Valerie. You know what you're going to get. She's actually going to get the Scentsy Go.
Oh, yes, that was her Go.
Good luck. Good job, guys, on my team. You know who you are.
Way to go. Way to go.
Oh, I hear the baby.
Hi, baby.
Yes, and if you were on my live video earlier, he was screaming for y'all. So if y'all haven't watched that video, y'all need to go back and watch it because he was screaming for y'all.
Alrighty, guys. Well, if you still are if you have any questions or you're still, don't understand completely, reach out to one of us and let us know. We can definitely help you one-on-one. We still got so much of the month left. Like, do not let it slip away from you. We have so much.
Well, Jessica, I know that you live in Midlothian, right?
Yes, I live in Midlothian. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna probably have to take a drive to you to do a one-on-one with my little notebook and everything on the table if I can, because I did everything on paper, but I have to know what I'm doing. If I've invested $99 in this, I want to be able to grow.
There you go.
I want to grow.
Tell me when.
I want to be on entrepreneurial spirit. That's what I want. I'm on right now.
That's awesome. Just let me know when. We usually do a monthly meetup, and it actually just passed. Just the other day. But just so you know, we do that where we kind of meet up, usually at a location,
in person and stuff like that, right?
Either closer to my house or closer to Lucy's. We kind of alternate sometimes. So just so you know, keep that in mind. But if any of you guys, like I said, have any questions, even if you're not local, we can jump on a Zoom one-on-one, whichever. That way you guys fully understand this, because I think that it's so important that you understand, even not just you, but once you start having team members, that you're able to lead them and tell them the right way and not make them miss a promotion because you don't understand, the way it works and how to calculate this stuff correctly. So that's about it, guys. And I hope that we only have a couple of paychecks before Christmas, and I know everybody, it is about to be like, we're in the mix of the busiest season, the best season. So make sure that you're out there sharing your samples, that you're asking people to join your team, that you're trying to book parties, because the more people we're in front of, the more successful we're going to be all across the board. When you sit at home and you don't do absolutely anything and you don't pass out samples, then we start getting like, my business is stagnant, it's not doing anything, but it's because we're not doing anything. So I hope that you guys kill the rest of the month, because you guys did amazing already. Don't forget, we still have the October promotion. I've already had 2 people that have earned their free Scentsy Go and pods that joined this month and have reached their $500 in their shooting star. So make sure that you guys are promoting that. People that are brand new or, fence setters that are wanting to possibly join, but they haven't, make sure that you're doing that. And that's about it. That's all I got, Lucy. Anything else?
No, I'm just so glad that we had this call, and hopefully you guys learned from it. Got what you needed. If you didn't, get with your upline or get with your director, and we will go more into detail and do a one-on-one if you need us to. But thanks, Jessica, for always rocking the call.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, guys. Talk to y'all later. Oh, anybody else that's on here, you already know our thing we ask you. Post on the page. Tell them why they should come to these Tuesday meetings every Tuesday. Go post what you learned, your takeaway, something, just so people can understand the importance of coming back and getting their bucket filled.
Let's keep on recruiting.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's me, Denise. I'll forget you one day. Bye.